part of Jay-Z's cards, yeah.
Yeah.
Without Autoaim behind him, Jay-Z has said that he would not have done as well as he did in all those tournaments. So
Jay-Z still continuing to do well, but for whatever reason, Autoaim has put on the gloves himself, and it's
that's right.
And now he's jumped in there and trying to make a run for the title himself. And here we have it. So it looks like, oh wow, he just sidesteps the Havencraft deck, and that activates Autoaim's rune.
Interesting. Okay. Havencraft a little too scary. This is another thing I really like about Havencraft. We've seen this a lot, where Havencraft, I think, just because people have not played against very specifically the styles of decks that these Havencraft players bring, they just ban it out because they're like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't really know what it does. Maybe I do, but I don't really know what the best and most optimal plays every turn is, so I've got to ban it. And then you get to play whatever deck you want, like your Runecraft deck.
You can do whatever you want. Does anybody know that song?
No.
You can do whatever you like. I don't even know if that's...
I don't know if those are the right lyrics. I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's from, though. It's like hitting something in my childhood.
I have no idea.
Why?
Honestly.
What?
The only reason I know that is because during my time playing video games, somebody sang that song while we were just messing around. And so now it's just stuck in my head, but I have no idea where it's from.
And it just came out right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because you said you can do whatever you want.
I see. I see. Okay. All right. I gotcha. We triggered you. Perfect.
You activated the sleeper agent.
That's right.
Twitch memer sleeper agent.
Trickster with a little friendly banter. I like it.
Hey, yeah. Oh, he did some mystic tricky thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. He
do you think he knows magic tricks?
Do you think that helps him?
Yeah, it's a card game.
Trickster. We might have to take a look at this video footage afterwards.
Slow it down, frame by
right.
frame. You know who's the best at like all these casinos have to do is just when they think there's something suspicious, just post a YouTube video, and your YouTube commentators will like...
Yeah, they'll figure it out
They'll figure it out real quick.
Absolutely.
At 237, you can see him utilize Sleight of Hand to move the card to the bottom of the pile.
I know this trick because I've been a magician for the last 20 years, and I know this trick perfectly.
I like it. Those videos are super cool.
Yeah, it's like the what is this style Reddits and stuff. You know what I mean? You just put stuff out there. It's interesting. All right, so let's talk about this match. We're in a match where we're looking at Vengeance Blood versus Mid Shadow. We've talked about this match a little bit. I feel like this matchup is pretty much as 50-50 as it gets in this metagame. Really just coming down to tight play, and if Shadowcraft can get the early advantage, I feel like a Tentative Knight is definitely a good way to do that. I think Autoaim's inclusion, whenever we see a Tentative Knight being added by a competent player, whether it be a Meow 944 or an Autoaim or somebody like that, it always feels like it's just the right time for it.
Yeah.
It feels weird on ladder. But you come to these competitive games, you play a Tentative Knight, and it's just like, yeah, this was the tournament for that card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, especially with Shadowcraft, as we mentioned time and time and time again, with its lack of actual beefy followers, there's so many 1-2s, 2-2s, 1-1s, right? The Attendant of the Night just provides you that option of the 4-4, which could push it over the edge.
Absolutely. I really like the options it allows.
What are you hiding inside?
And this is scary for Trickster. So Trickster put himself into Vengeance early. We still haven't really seen a lot of Dark Airjammers being played.
Yes.
After Vengeance has been active.
It just feels like it's so situational now, I think. It's almost like, can you afford to play the Dark Airjammer, or do you have the board state to do it, or...
Just, I haven't even seen it in hand. Like, where are these Dark Airjammers at?
In the sky.
Right.
Way too high for the eye to see.
Just above the clouds. There it is. All right, now we get to see it. Perfect. You know, I gotta say, at least once a show, our tech guys are great. They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark Airjammer. Put a random follower that costs 2 play points or less from your deck into play. You repeat once if Vengeance is active for you.
Would you ever get on that ship?
No.
That's a scary looking ship.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that would stay afloat for very long.
I still have fear of balloons exploding.
What?
You hear all these stories about the gases in the balloons being flammable, and then an accident happens. Like, flammable gases flame right underneath. Who thought that was a good idea?
Are you talking about like hot air balloons?
Yes.
Like the big ones that you like take rides in?
Yeah.
I've done that.
Or even like blimps. Yeah.
No, we're not talking about blimps. We're talking about hot air balloons. Hot air balloons are those things that you
Do you think dark air jammers are hot air balloons?
I don't know, man. They're run off of not flames. Probably
Its
the
art looks
misery of
super scary,
others.
but in
Yeah.
actuality, it's like this tourist like attraction. Like it's super.
Yeah.
Just like a hot air balloon.
It's got like 5-star meals on top of it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's real nice.
Then I would want to be there.
Yeah, I don't know.
That should actually be. You know what, Side Games? You should make a tourist attraction that is a hot air balloon that is dark air jam.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have like a Side Games cafe.
And you can serve Mimi and Coco shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. All right, so
I like it.
Trickster not having a lot of options to clear board here. And Autoaim still being at 18 this game does not bode well for Trickster.
Never want to see this. I think the only other thing that could make this worse than it is if Catacomb was on those cards. 'Cause
Now,
you've hurt yourself.
yeah,
Right. And Ector wants to hurt you more. Don't let the Ector hurt you.
that's right. Now, there is Hungering Horde in the hand of Trickster. There are 2 Demon Eaters for Autoaim, so he does have options to get kind of out of taking too much damage from Ectar. But again, we have to talk about how he's actually going to get to the victory. Right now, he doesn't really have a way to deal a lot of damage. He's got the Emeralda, but he's not in Vengeance anymore. He's got a Lyriel. Might even Belphegor to put himself back into Vengeance at some point, but I don't know if this is the turn to do that. This is a rough.
Yeah. I don't think, for whatever reason, I don't feel like he's gotten enough early board control.
Yeah. So it looks like he's just going to go with the Belphegor. Oh, I thought he was going to go with the Hungering Horde, but it looks like just a Baphomet.
1, 2, plus 4, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, plus 6 is 9. So definitely to clear a board here.
Yeah, have to clear this. Otherwise,
Being at
lethal.
8. Being at 8 is super bad, too. And you have the shadows to have zombies to clear board.
I mean, you can just zombie party this turn. Feels great. Zombie party, attack for 2. Don't even worry about the Belphegor. Doesn't matter. Oh, he's just going to go for the Ectar. Interesting.
Oh, God.
I mean, he does have the backup Ectar. There's no, like,
Yeah.
clear the board, deal 6 damage, pass. Feels really good. Then you're taking literally no chances.
Give it to me again.
Still have an Ectar for backup after the next turn zombie
Do
party.
you evolve the Andrew Alphas?
I don't think so. I don't think you evolve anything here.
Wow, he out of all the things to evolve, I guess he wanted more stats, right?
Mhm.
The Andrew Alphas only gets the +1/+1.
This just, in my mind, doesn't really lead to any extra victory by evolving this turn.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know if there even exists an option though.
Yeah.
Emeralda won't be able to clear the Andrew Alphas. Blood Drinker's Brand.
Yeah, you could Blood Drinker's Brand into Blood Drinker's Brand into Lyriel Hungering Horde. Yeah, you can clear the board this turn.
Oh,
The
this
last
is
sword's
scary.
effect on the Demon Eater and the Andrialphus. Are these all draw cards? Are either of these Prince Catacombs? I don't think they're Prince Catacombs.
I don't think so. No.
Oh, that one is.
Yep.
Yikes!
Oh no!
Yikes! That's rough.
Well,
I think maybe Trickster. Well, I guess he didn't forget. He can click on it and look. Yep. And then the Lyriel and the Hungering Horde. He can finish off this entire board. This is why I'm not really too sure about the evolution last turn from Autoaim, but I don't think it's going to matter too much going into this late game. Realistically, all Autoaim has to do is flood the board again. Because as soon as Vengeance Blood gets down to 2, Razor Claw gets shut off. You can't play it anymore.
yeah. I assume Zombie Party.
Yeah.
And put the big nose.
Yep. No reason not to.
He just says, "Do it again." Oh no. You would like the Hungering Horde now.
And that's just game.
Yeah.
Nothing Trickster can do to get out of this one.
That's rough. Vengeance Blood on the draw was not really able to produce something big enough. And I think a lot of it comes down to your turn. It really seems like watching Vengeance Blood in this field right now. On turn 4, if you can't play Belphegor, it seems very, very tough.
Even if you do.
Nobody can stop
If you don't follow it up with like Air Jam or anything spicy, like you're just sitting there kind of just, I have Emeralda in a couple turns. I have
Yeah.
Hungering
It
Hordes here
actually
and
feels
there.
kind of sword crafty, where it's like Your Belphegor is one card that has a big stat line, but it can't swing into multiple targets. So when you're up against something like Shadow and there's multiple targets constantly, you're just having to very inefficiently trade
Well,
into each
it's a
of
different
those.
early game. Like, what happened to the Angelic Knights, the Angel of the Words, like, you know, just the more aggressive lines. Now it's like Pure-Hearted Singer and, like, just really just passive, draw a lot of cards, Blood Drinker's Brand, like, for extra removal instead of more followers. Like, it's just, it kind of went the way of Shadowcraft. It kind of took away its aggressive edge and kind of went a little bit more mid-rangey with itself. But I don't feel like it has as good mid-rangey things going on for it.
Yeah, it really felt ineffective.
Yeah.
And
We'll see,
again,
though.
like the first Belphegor had to push into the Lich, right? And we were talking about that one card that is just higher stats than all the other tokens that you're throwing out.
Yeah.
Makes a difference.
And I guess I'll make mention to Autoaim. Why is your name Mars Butt? Why is your name Mars Butt? Why is this? Look at his name here, Mars Butt.
He just dreams of a day where somebody like Elon Musk brings us to Mars, and then
Oh, he can find that Mars Butt.
yeah,
I see.
Uh-huh.
Okay, got it. Perfect. I'm all for Elon Musk.
do you want to move off into space?
No. Not for another 1,000 years when I'm immortal. Yeah, we've gotta you know, colonize it first. Make sure it's safe. Make sure there's like a working, you know, life out there.
Create some combat-ready robots. Create some diversity. You know, have a government that's set up
Yeah.
just for the Martians.
Mhm.
Have a Earth government and have them kind of talk and negotiate between the two of them. And
Trickster doing his little get ready dance. I like that one. He's doing
Yeah.
some tricks. I don't know what he's doing
Yeah.
over there. He's
Yeah.
not actually holding anything.
yeah, he
Is he just like rapping in his head? You know, and he's just like doing the rap
Oh.
moves, or is that literally just
I'd like to
magician
listen to
moves?
that. Is he wearing a bow tie?
I can't tell.
What is he wearing?
Could just be headphones.
It's a tuxedo shirt.
Oh, tuxedo shirt. Perfect. So he's fancy. So
He's
he
super fancy.
is doing magic tricks.
I
feel
like it.
I'm scared for his opponents. I don't know if this is fair.
Trickster has fantastic fashion.
I've never worn a tuxedo shirt.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like I'm
I've
missing
worn
out.
a lot.
Is that part of your wardrobe? Tuxedo shirts?
It was when I was a musician.
Not just a tuxedo?
Oh, yeah, sure. I was
Okay.
thinking more like actual dress shirts.
Oh
that
no,
were
no,
for
I'm talking about like a
tuxedos.
tuxedo
like the
shirt.
thing that has the thing
Yeah.
printed out. Yeah.
yeah.
No, no.
Okay. All right.
I am.
I was gonna say maybe your fashion choices like you know, I thought you were a pretty fashionable guy, but then you're like, nah, I wear tuxedo shirts all the time. Complete drop off.
How do you deal with this lurching corpse? It's so annoying.
And Autoaim showing us yet another version of Runecraft. We talked about this, that not everybody's playing the same Runecraft deck, and this one's been getting banned out a lot. And you know,
Things that will go well. If there is no way for Trickster to trigger this lurching corpse, he is in a lot of trouble. Because there are a lot of very high power cards here.
yeah. If he can't deal with this, I mean, he can deal with the Impartial Strix. He can run the Sandrialphus in and Zombie Party, which he's gonna do. I have honestly, like, as big as Impartial Strix is, I've never actually seen it stay in play for more than a turn. And I think it was only, maybe it was like 2 seasons ago, we saw one Impartial Strix make it
Yes.
through. It got evolved, and then it just won the game.
Yeah, and it just stopped everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the big things that I'm noticing is evolved turns have a lot of reach.
Yeah.
In this particular meta, right? It's either you Atomy, and even so, for example, when we were watching Unlimited, right? Even Atomy on turn 2, turn 3, sometimes
Yeah.
it was dealt with,
Yeah,
right?
just dealt with. Atomy on turn 2 was not a winning play.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Atomy on turn 2 was possible. And I
It
think it was
really
actually, I
is
think it was actually
interesting.
Autoaim that did it too, wasn't he? He was the turn
I think
2
so,
Atomy
yeah.
player, yeah.
I think so, but that really is a curiosity to me, right? Like, these options actually exist. The reach is quite far for a lot of cards in Shadowverse. It's hard to actually get a stat line. Now, where it gets really bad is when you have multiple cards that are of that 4 defense and up. That is, I think, where it really starts tipping over. But one card, one source of huge stats is not actually that effective in Shadowverse, just in general, right?
I still find it really weird that most people aren't playing Daria as their Runecraft deck, because as you see, like in Trickster, for instance, he is playing Daria. It's been banned every single time. And like I said at the beginning of this tournament, or today's tournament, is that I feel like that's the best strategy. You know that Daria is going to get banned, and then you can play whatever 2 decks you want to. When you play a deck that's not Daria, people can play into it. Now, that being said, these Runecraft decks like Burn Runecraft have been so-so. We haven't seen the neutral Runecraft decks, but I can't imagine they play that much differently than, you know, the neutral Blood decks or anything like that. So it's probably decent. It's not as effective, I believe.
All right, continuing this game plan of just a lot of little tiny things for the Shadowcraft player. So what is the play here for Autoaim as a response?
Let's see. Next turn, he has access to Hector. He can Lyrial. He can Felice. I don't think this is a Felice turn, though. I don't think he actually wants to evolve this turn either, which means probably a Hector. I like Hector here because Lurching Corpse has a lot of different things that it can hit after attacking into this. So yeah, I think Hector into an Andriolphus, and then you just clean up the board as best you can, and then go face with whatever's left.
You don't think you Hector and just face?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't think so. So this makes me think he's just going to evolve it and go face with everything.
So this continues to shut off the Lurching Corpse, right? Because it just doesn't actually, can't actually attack things without ward.
So never mind. This play is awesome because he has 2 Hectors in hand. This game is just going to be over in 2 turns.
Yeah.
Where's Saris? People, why are you not playing Saris in your deck? How are you supposed to win these games?
Drawing the Bellinus there too is not super helpful, and typically I feel like a Catacomb here is huge, but you're almost just going to be run over.
There's quite literally nothing Trickster can do to win this game at this point. It doesn't even matter if all of his followers stay alive. Hector is enough of a block to where a Nectar turn isn't lethal, and you just play 2 of them in a row. That's it. And without any heal, guys, Shadowcraft, if it doesn't have any heal, we'll just lose games like this. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, tries to go for the draw and doesn't really get anything else that helps.
What are you hiding
And
inside?
Autoaim has set up a very good situation for himself. Plays out the Catacomb.
Next batch will be tastier.
And honestly, if we think about it, Shadowcraft is not performing very well these days. It's like a 50-50. Like, it's a consistent deck that can get you wins, but it's not doing anything special anymore.
Yeah, the instant Trickster presses his pass button, it's just done. He's going to evolve here, so that means it will go 2 turns. But yeah, you're right. You know, Shadowcraft has been tough.
Like, just think about it. Neutral Runecraft bullying mid-Shadow. And that's not something that you'd expect.
All right, and you can even kind of remove the Soul Squasher
yeah,
here.
you can even just Isserfill if you want to this turn with the Sahak Will into the Hector. Either way gets you that 5 damage you need over 2 turns. Attack Pure-Hearted Singer to the Foss, and then play Sahak Will into Isserfill.
Yeah,
2 damage
probably
in.
the Sahak Wheel is a safer way.
Just ensures that there's no shenanigans that can happen that can beat you. This is fine too. You don't really need to go face with the Pure-Hearted Singer. I just felt like the other way would have given you a better option to keep the Sahak Will in play, but I guess it doesn't matter either way.
Wow, he still plays a Hector.
It's fine. Again, like, there's literally nothing he can do wrong as long as he plays either Hector or Sahak Will over the next 2 turns.
Yeah, it just... Wow.
Trickster knows, too. Trickster has to know he's goner.
Doesn't even have Hector in... Demon Lord Hector in hand.
Yeah, just has a bunch of stuff that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, Hector has been showing off today.
Yeah, Hector's the business. I've been saying it for months. I mean, I know you know this because I talk to you all the time, but Hector is insane, guys. It does more than any other card for its cost in the game at the moment.
Look at the guy. Look at his back muscles. What the trapezoids?
He carries hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the size of the bow.
We saw an endgame double Hector earlier today just finish off a game he was behind in. So I mean, it's just, the card's too good.
Yeah.
You know what? Next tournament, guys, Daria, 2 neutral decks. You get to play both your neutral decks. You play some neutral blood. You play some neutral forest. And you just break people's backs with Hector.
Yeah. Oh man. No.
Autoaim's gonna win this. Which
Autoaim's
means
gonna move on to the winners or the grand finals.
The grand finals, yeah.
Yeah. which is a sketchy position to be in, but I believe in auto-aim. Now, Reppy actually ruined that, that curse.
The curse
so
has been ruined.
Yeah.
So being on the winner's side of the bracket, it has now gone back to being the advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So auto-aim's going to be feeling pretty good, and this is a long time coming, I think, for a player like auto-aim.
100%. And I couldn't be prouder.
There it is. Closes it out. Trickster drops down to the loser's bracket, so he's still in the tournament, but has to fight through that disadvantage now. And we talked about it. I do think that Autoaim probably has brought the deck that we believe gives the player the edge. I think Havencraft was our kind of deck that we felt the most confident with. Force out that ban and allow.